target of Magnus. Australia roars, but it's going to go to Australia again. And Phoenix Loss wins the King Stand.
But he won't catch Elstrom. Elstrom coming away, but down under glory.
Hello and welcome to Australian Thoroughbreds. It's been a busy time down under, with the last and most important major yearling sale of the season taking place in Sydney earlier this month. Plus the autumn racing carnival is in full flight. On this show we review all the happenings at the Inglis Australian Easter Sale, plus we'll look back at Group 1 highlights on the racetrack and the emergence of thoroughbred stars such as Atlantic Jewel. We also talk exclusively to Rick Jamieson, the breeder of the world's best sprinter, Black Caviar, about this extraordinary story and the role that his broodmare Helsinge plays in it all. But first we take you to one of the world's most famous thoroughbred auction rings, Newmarket, for all the highlights of Australia's premier sale.
Cold weather on the first day of the Southern Hemisphere's premier sale did little to dampen the spirits of buyers. The sale had been going for less than 2 hours when the first horse cracked $500,000. Lot 26 was the first foal of Group 1 winner Absolute Glam. Offered by Willow Park, the filly went to Coolmore, which stand her sire Fastnet Rock, for $625,000.
Hold on.
Lot 34, also a daughter of Australia's champion sire-elect and the De Heer mare Allegra, had drawn favourable comments in the Bred to Win Inglis Easter preview, and was knocked down to the BBA Island for $650,000.
Hold on. Thank you, gentlemen.
One of the most admired yearlings on the ground was by another Coolmore sire in Encosta de Lago, out of the brilliant but unlucky Amelia's Dream. The bidding was strong, and in the end James Haran prevailed for the long-time client Dr. Edmund Bateman at $910,000. It was 40 lots before another yearling got close to that figure. Another filly, this time by Redout's choice from the famous Bravery family, sold particularly well when offered by Evergreen Farm. The filly was snapped up by Dean Hawthorne for $875,000.
875 buys. Thank you very much, Dean Hawthorne.
But the highlight lot of the day was a colt, and he was by, you guessed it, Fastnet Rock. Lot 94 was offered by Newgate Farm as agent for Morning Rise stud. The colt made an even million to the bid once again of Coolmore. It was a significant moment for fledgling farm Newgate. On day 2, the anticipation surrounding a filly that had not yet even seen a racetrack was unprecedented. When she entered the ring, the fireworks really started. An opening bid of $1 million set the tone, and the bidding was frenetic. Eventually, the half-sister to the best sprinter in the world, and one of the best 2-year-olds in Australia, was knocked down to BC3 Thoroughbreds for a whopping $2.6 million.
We couldn't have done it without Danny, we couldn't have done it on our own, and we needed a top trainer as well to be part of it, Joe, for me to feel comfortable to go ahead with it. And as we've said before in a couple of interviews, Danny's property and my property now are a couple of kilometres away, so I think it's fantastic for the Bellarine area as well, and Danny wanting to be involved gave me some confidence to go ahead with some of the clients that we had.
Interesting purchase for BC3. You don't usually hover around that level of the market. Why this filly and that price?
Look, I think the price is significant in itself in terms of everyone wanting a piece of history. So, you know, we want to be a large part of this industry, and I think that gives us a bit of leverage, and people know we're in it for the long haul here. We're not just a pinhook company, which we've never been. And I think that's why we went after the filly, just to give people a sense that we're here for the long term.
Danny, I bet you're looking forward to getting your hands on her?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Redout's filly, half the Black Caviar, there's not too many of those that are going to come along, and yeah, she was a fine individual. She's coped really well with the busy week she's had. She looks to have the same temperament as her sister, and you know, not many more exciting horses will enter your stable in any time of your career.
Another well-bred youngster entered the ring as Lot 284. A son of Golden Slipper winner Miss Finland and Hassane, the colt was initially passed in, but thanks to the Inglis Make an Offer service, found a new home with Blue Sky Thoroughbreds and Gay Waterhouse for $750,000. Day 3 kicked off when Patinack Farm offered a highly anticipated colt with plenty of international pedigree. The first foal of Sun Classique by international super sire Oasis Dream, the colt's international connection will continue, with George Moore signing the ticket.
Sun Classic beat us, beat our good horse Viva Wataka when we went to the Shima Classic. I saw her over there, and she's just a great race man. Horse seems like he's got a good temperament. We've got a nice Oasis Stream over in our stable right now, which won the Hong Kong Macau Trophy the other day. And they look very similar. And it's the type of horse where he's a really good moving horse, and he's light enough so we probably won't have to geld him, because we don't really want to geld him. We sold him to Hoise Farm, which owns Admiration. He won the Group 2 the other day, which is also a colt, and we're hoping we can keep this horse also as a colt, so get some residual value if we can win some group races in Hong Kong. But he was a lovely colt.
In the dying stages of Session 1, 2 highlight lots appeared consecutively. First, a 3/4 brother to More Joyous out of Tuesday Joy was knocked down to the Ishidas of Japan, riding a wave of machine-induced success. And finally, Peter Moody gained some compensation for missing out on the half-sister to the greatest sprinter of modern times by picking up the half-brother to the greatest stayer of modern times. He forked out $1.2 million for the son of Street Cry as part of a team that included Three Bridges stud and Richard Peagam.
I hadn't viewed the colt personally until about a week ago when I arrived here at the sales complex, and I was instantly taken with him. So I've got to be honest, we didn't really seriously put him into consideration till this morning, but it was something that I always had in the back of my mind, and the fact that we'd maybe missed a couple of others and gave me a little bit more backbone to maybe have a go at this colt.
Yeah, he's an appealing sort of a horse, a very similar type of horse to Muscat, which he's also related to.
Yeah, well, I've seen all of her foals barring Mackay as a young horse, and I thought he was the nicest one that I'd seen. And, we see time and again of recent times people going overseas to source these international staying types of horses, but when you get an opportunity to buy one of these homegrown products by a stallion that you know works here, by a dam that's produced multiple stakes winners here, I thought it was too good an opportunity to give up.
Welcome back. The Black Caviar phenomenon hit the recent Australian Easter Sale. The appeal of the world's best sprinter now goes well beyond the racing-converted public. Interest in this incredible horse has spread across all ages and parts of the world, and it stretched to Newmarket when her half-sister went under the hammer recently. Never in my time attending yearling sales have I experienced such an incredible atmosphere in the ring. They were hanging from the rafters to watch her sell. And whilst it was an enthralling moment for some, it was a nerve-wracking one for her breeder Rick Jamieson. I caught up with him after the dust settled.
Yeah, it's a terrific story. For me, personally, I suppose it's very pleasing time, but also very proud.
Must have been very nerve-wracking going into yesterday.
You have no idea. The pressure through the week, and as the week went on to the end, it was it was very hard. Hard for me and hard for the girls off the farm. It's been tough, but at the end of the day, it's been wonderful, wonderful result.
So really, the story continues, but the pressure builds, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. The weight is getting greater all the time. I mean, it's a good problem, if you like, but for us, yeah, it's a lot to carry, and it's a lot for the filly to carry and the family now.
On paper, this is the best bred of the family so far, being by Redout's choice, so that places even higher expectation on her now.
Yes, it does. I think, it's a bit hard. You've got two halves there behind her doing everything. She has got a lot of weight on her shoulders. I mean, hopefully she can do exactly what they've done. I mean, I think everybody in racing wants to see it, and look, we can only wait and see.
Well, so far, Black Caviar continues to take all before her and capture not only the hearts and minds of racegoers in Australia, but around the world now. And more recently, All Too Hard, the Casino Prince colt, continues to deliver and could be anything himself.
He could be. I mean, if what he's shown so far, if that can continue, I know it sounds silly, but he could be as good as her. So, we wait and see.
So far, their sires have not been the big name horses. Black Caviar's sire Bella Spree and All Too Hard Casino Prince.
Joe, look, I think all stallions have their day in the sun. I think in this case, though, all the credit comes back to the mare, and I truly believe that. I've watched each of her foals. It's like she moulds them herself. So what I'm saying is there hasn't really been an influence from any of the stallions on the progeny. It just seems that it's coming from the mare. So whether it's a Bella Spree, a Casino Prince or a Reduced Choice, you know, they're all equal, I think, at the end of the day. I think the strength is coming from Mum, yeah.
She does stamp them. They've got a special temperament too. They're very relaxed and take everything in their stride.
They do, all of them, and you can see it in Black Caviar, and you can see it in All Too Hard, and you saw it the other day or yesterday with the filly. You know, it's the first time she's been off the farm, and to come into this cauldron, it's not an easy thing to do for a young filly, and she was just she was wonderful.
She did handle the pressure beautifully,
yes,
because there were hundreds and hundreds of people that converged on the sales complex just to watch her go through the ring. In fact, I think there might have even been a few businessmen wagging the morning from work just to come and witness the moment.
Well, I didn't see that, but perhaps there were. But no, look, she was terrific. You know, she made us very proud.
Yeah. Take us through the journey to the sales ring with this particular filly. It's been probably the most high-pressure time you've had in racing?
Oh, for sure. But again, it's a wonderful story. You know, we foaled her down as we do any other foal, and raised her on the farm, and my two girls on the farm look after them from the day they're born and see them through to this stage, and it's a credit to them, really. They've done a wonderful, wonderful job. And again, they were so proud the other day, and to look at the relief and the smile, you know, to me was just, you know, it was a great thrill. It was a terrific moment.
And emotional for you. It must be hard to part with them.
Yeah, it is, but you make a decision, you know, you can't keep them all. We breed to sell, so, and that's what we do. It will be the only, in this case, it'll be the only filly I will let go. Helsinge is in foal to Bella Spree again with a filly, so that'll be a full to Black Caviar, and she won't hit the market, I can tell you.
It would be nice yourself to enjoy a journey like that on the racetrack with one of hers.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure, I mean, it couldn't be as the story that Black Caviar's delivered to us, but for me as a breeder, you know, I want to breed on with the family. I think maybe, just maybe, we've got something special occurring with this family, and I want that to continue, and I want to be part of that.
She has been an extraordinary broodmare to this point, Helsinge. Yeah. How did you come to get her?
Bought her here at the Inglis Mare Sale some years back. She was an unraced 3-year-old, unnamed. My friend Peter Ford picked her out, and credit to Peter. And he said, look, it's a must-have, you know, she's a terrific type and a great, you know, solid pedigree, and so from that moment we bought her straight away, and really the rest is there to see. There's
a lot of luck in racing and hard work too, and I think it's been a combination of that that's led you to this success.
Oh, all of that, and you can't underestimate luck. I mean, luck does play a big part. I think too, and again, credit to the girls on the farm, you know, they've managed it very, very well, and I think, you know, they've deserved the success. It's been a good story.
Helsinge now is becoming part of racing folklore, isn't she? She could well become the best broodmare Australia's ever produced.
Well, she could be. I mean, it's too early to say, of course. I mean, she's only 10 years old, so there's quite a lot more for her to do. But, you know, she can't do any more than she's done so far. It's just been a wonderful story.
How strongly are you linked to the Black Caviar owners, and how much in touch are you with that whole journey?
Oh, look, firstly, they're just a wonderful group of people. In fact, it's been a lot of fun for me. I mean, when you sell the horse, you move on, and mentally you move on. And then the Caviar story has come along, and they've been really inclusive for me. And because, you know, at home we feel very much part of the story, but in fact we're not. They've been wonderful. They've taken us in, and they've taken us along the journey, and it's, yeah, I could say they've been fabulous, been super.
Do you get to go to the races and enjoy her racing much?
I do occasionally. I'm selective. I've been to some of her key races, for example, quite deliberately, but the rest of the time I tend to stay away. I watch her, you know, on the telly every time. You know, I get just as nervous, and you can't speak to me like you couldn't speak to the owners. So yeah, but I respectfully stay away.
She keeps answering the challenge, and it's not long before she hits the track again with a view to an international campaign. Yeah,
I can't wait to. I mean, I travel to Ascot every year and have a look, and I know how they run. I'm so confident if she appears at Ascot, and she will, she'll let them know how good she is.
And that's important for the Helsinge story too, that she can produce something that stars on the international stage, particularly at that carnival.
Oh, Joe, it's fantastic for the Helsinge story, but it's also great for racing. You know, the amount of people that are sort of feel part of this and are part of Australian racing. When you see something like this unfold, we may never see it again. So, you know, she's carting us all along. It's a terrific story.
Black Caviar doesn't even have to be within the vicinity of an arena like this or a racetrack to necessarily create all this mayhem. It's just amazing the impact that she's had on the industry.
Well, you know, she's just a freak and a superb horse. I think the story that's unfolding now, and it's a good thing really, where Black Caviar, it could have been said that she was a freak, now with the brother as well, really I think it's time, and it is time, and I think the industry recognises that we just might have a very special mare here.
Now the pressure is on the Reduced Choice daughter, and an interesting situation with the people that purchased her, because they will syndicate her to a fairly large group of owners, and that's got to be good for racing, to give them a slice of the Black Caviar action. Absolutely, it is an opportunity for a lot of people to get involved, you know, and congratulations to BC3 and to Danny, you know, and I'm really happy she's going back to Victoria, so we'll all get to see what happens here, you know, so yeah, let's look forward. They'll be under enough pressure themselves, won't they? Yeah, I'm glad it's them and not me, but yeah, I feel for them. Helsinge's latest daughter is settling into her new surrounds at BC3's base at Connewarre in Victoria. The company could have sold their 60% stake in her 1 million times over. The remaining 40% share is held by her eventual trainer Danny O'Brien, and there's not a share left anywhere. Connections are very pleased that she's already starting to show typical traits of a very good race filly, with a liking for biting and kicking. It's time for a break now on the show. Back shortly to check out what Aussie-bred horses have been doing all over the world. The Australian Autumn Racing Carnival has recently taken centre stage in Sydney, and it's been a carnival to remember, and one during which the mares have been enjoying an extraordinary dominance. There's a new star on the Australian racing scene, and she's out to emulate the feats of Black Caviar. So far, like the legend, Atlantic Jewel is unbeaten. Due to an injury layoff, she's had far fewer starts than her famous counterpart. But on what she's shown us so far, she could continue to be just as dominant over her rivals. Racing in the Coolmore colours, Atlantic Jewel is the pride of the Irish breeding conglomerate right now. After this first up performance, it's any wonder why.
Atlantic Jewel cruising up in the centre of the track. Here she comes with a run now. Rod starts to let her down, and she raced up and took the lead and raced away from Celt's Midsummer Music and then Parables. But here she comes, Atlantic Jewel, one of the best in the country, and she's come back from injury and absolutely bolted in. Beat to Midsummer Music, Ladies Angel and then Parables. In last year's edition of the Group 1000 Guineas, Atlantic Jewel was just as dominant, leaving some very good horses in her wake, including Machine. Machine, like Atlantic Jewel, is a daughter of Fastnet Rock, and in the absence of Atlantic Jewel has been winning races everywhere. Her latest effort in the Group 1 Vinery Stud Stakes. Her rider so confident she'd win, he gave her many backers a few heart flutters on the way to the post. Streamer back in third spot, then Eliana Till, but Machine's well clear as they draw to the 200. She's in a different postcode to the rest. She's about 3 lengths on Streamer, who's trying to close in late, but Machine is well clear. She's starting to put in a few short ones, but she's got a big enough break. Oh, he sits up late, Streamer's diving, but Machine just got there.
Another filly starring during the Autumn Carnival is Streamer, the daughter of Stratum, claiming the ATC Oaks as a long odds-on favourite.
Now Bowman turns the burners on Streamer. Can she pick up the ground? It's Aliana Tild and Thy. They're in front of Streamer, who's starting to mow them down. It's Aliana Tild and Thy. Streamer gradually getting on terms on the outside. Favourite levels up, hits the lead, and Streamer gets home and beat Aliana Tild and Thy. followed by Full of Spirit.
The ATC Derby for 2012 belongs to Ethiopia. At just his 4th start, and still a maiden, he proved himself to be a staying star of the future.
Now it's Sangster in front from Satirical Boy. Now Laserhawk getting his mind on the job. Strike the Stars coming through in the centre. Ethiopia's right down the outside. Polish Knight got the inside run. Polish Knight took the lead. Ethiopia's challenging out wide. Polish Knight and Ethiopia, they go to the line. Ethiopia won the Derby. Ethiopia beat Polish Knight and Laserhawk.
Ethiopia, a son of Hellenis, was bred in Western Australia, where his sire stands. He will be a force in the Spring Cups later in the year. In the sprinting ranks, blue blood colt Foxwedge finally broke through for his first Group 1 victory in the William Reid Stakes under lights.
Buffering narrowly, Haylist got him at the home turn. Haylist went on by, Foxwedge comes off his tail. Haylist in front, Foxwedge coming down the outside. Haylist a half in front, Foxwedge drives at him, Foxwedge grabbed him, the 3-year-old. Foxwedge beat Haylist by a half a length, buffering through.
Foxwedge will go on to campaign at Royal Ascot before being retired to stand at Newgate Farm in the New South Wales Hunter Valley. In the Group 1 ATC TJ Smith Stakes, another blue blood was to the fore. Master of Design was purchased for $2.1 million by John Ferguson at the Inglis Easter Sale, but until now he'd never lived up to his sales tag. His original connection sold him for just over $100,000 to a syndication company. Since being sold for a song, he's found form.
Halliwell Bell's trying to push off the fence. It's Rain Affair in front. Halliwell Bell comes off the rail. Master Design coming with a late run. Rain Affair's digging in. He finds plenty. Master Design lunged on the outside. It's very close. Master Design put a big lunge in right on the post, and it's between he and Rain Affair.
And bargain buy for $40,000 at the Magic Millions yearling sale, Temple of Boom has proven himself a force in the fiercely competitive sprinting ranks. He gave his trainer and rider their first Sydney Group 1 in the ATC Galaxy.
Zaratone the leader as they run to the 250. Title and News Alert, and next Nobby Snip and Temple of Boom is getting a run in the centre and starting to run on strongly. As they run to the 200, Temple of Boom moved out after Zaratone. Nobby Snip getting through in the middle, and then came Title on the inside, but it's Temple of Boom. Temple of Boom won it from Nobby Snip. And it's a photo for third, Ladies Angel or Title and Micmac.
Gay Waterhouse has had all the firepower in the 2-year-old ranks over the carnival, and she produced the gun, Piero. At his 4th start, he went into the world's richest 2-year-old race unbeaten, and his record remains unblemished.
But Stitzerland straight away. Piero's chasing it down along the inside, and then Raceway followed by Ashakan. Samaritti's making ground late. It's Piero coming after Stitzerland. Piero drove through, took the lead in the slipper. Gate holes months ago, and Piero won it from Stitzerland and Samaritti.
During his rampage, Piero also picked up the Group 1 Sires Produce Stakes, beating the much-touted half-brother to Black Caviar all too hard. It was considered a match race between the pair, Piero making it a one-act affair.
He's still about 6 away, and Raceway sprinted away up the rise. He's 2.5 in front in advance of Tatra. Now Piero's coming fast down the outside, and All Too Hard is running on as well in lines, but Piero, this little bulldog, raced up and hit the lead. The unbeaten colt's in front. He's out in advance of All Too Hard, and Piero does it again. Piero beat All Too Hard.
Across the ditch in New Zealand, Choice Bro added a Group 1 to his impressive resume, with this win in the Manawatu Sires Produce Stakes.
Soriana's after it on the outside. Magic Shaft, Irish Rebel, fix right down the outside. They get up down here to the 200 metres. Warhorse over on the outside of it. Magic Shaft, Choice Pro in the middle, and fixes right down the outside. Magic Shaft and Choice Pro, the stablemates, and Choice Pro! Choice Pro's done it from Magic Shaft, Warhorse, Irish Rebel.
Oasis Dream Colt Green Supreme reigned in the Manawatu Flying Handicap at listed level over 1,400 metres. The Group 1 place getter is now the winner of 5 of his 9 starts.
And Dimafon ranging up, hitting the lead. Just an Excuse comes after that. And Green Supreme starting to put in with a big run down the outside. Just an Excuse, Dimafon and Green Supreme starting to finish hard. It's rolling home over the top of them. What a nice win here. And Green Supreme the prize.
In South Africa, Rock of Gibraltar colt Atiev is the latest Aussie-bred star to emerge. Raced by Sheikh Mohammed bin Khalifa Al Mukdam, he notched up his 4th win from 11 starts in the Group 3 Turffontein Caradoc Gold Cup.
200 metres left to go. It's all San Pietro still in front with Atiev on the far side. Soul Master's got 4 to make up. It's still all San Pietro, but Atiev comes back for more. It's a ding-dong tussle in the closing stages. Atiev and all San Pietro as they come to the line. Atiev did enough from all San Pietro.
And not a single doubt colt Castlethorpe, the Kenilworth Winter Guineas winner, took out the listed Fairview East Cape Sprint Cup. Castlethorpe was purchased by Mike Bass at the Inglis Melbourne Premier Sale for $50,000.
200 to go now. It's Bandel now. Gaultier, Eisenberg on the far side. Castlethorpe is absolutely charging home. Captain Secret is chasing home as well. It's Castlethorpe, Captain Secret. Castlethorpe will get it from Captain Secret. Rushing Wind in 3rd.
In Hong Kong, the John Moore trained Admiration continues to shine at top level. The Inglis Easter Sale graduate buying Costa de Lago added the Group 2 Hong Kong Jockey Club Chairman's Trophy to his tally of black type wins and appears to be inching ever closer to a Group 1.
Beauty Flash, Admiration and Glorious Days are now called upon, but Able One near the 200 is clear. Admiration coming after him with Glorious Days, and further back Sunny King. Able One still in front. Admiration, Glorious Days going to him. A 3-way finish. Able One, Admiration, Glorious Days. Admiration in the centre wins it.
And the brightest star to shine on the international stage recently is the Australian-bred, trained and owned mare Hortensia. She was the country's sole representative at the Dubai World Cup Carnival and flew the flag with this victory in the Group 1 Meydan Alcoy Sprint.
And Hortensia's at the tail of the field as they race onto the course proper, past the 400 metres mark for Shua Joe, joined by August Rush. Soul Power coming down the outside and Joy and Fun on the inside. They're all across the track. Soul Power on the outside. Hortensia's flashing home. Hortensia coming from last. Hortensia's won the Alcoy Sprint.
A daughter of Testarossa and sold for just $50,000 at the Inglis Melbourne Premier Sale, she's now amassed more than $11 million in prize money for her connections. And that's all we've got time for on this edition of Australian Thoroughbreds. I hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, take care and may you have many winners.
But it's going to go to Australia again, and Scenic Glass wins the King's Stand.
But he won't catch Elstrom. Elstrom coming away, but down under Glory.
Go the Knuckles, Celebrity Girl has to fight. Go the Knuckles coming. Celebrity Girl digs in and wins.
13,200 going towards their flights and what have you to get over here to Perth, and obviously the return trip back. And for the fact of where we are with those sort of final declarations of our final invitation list, those who are at 100 rated horses at time of departure, deemed by the RAWA handicapping systems over here in WA, will be offered the final invitation to get on board to be a part of that racing incentive.